So I do want to introduce you to this incredible dear friend of mine. Cassy joined Mary Kay in April of 2013, which ironically, that is the same year that Jillian was here doing our Wichita Jamboree, 2013. So blessings come. And has loved sharing Mary Kay products with confidence and community ever since. She earned Court of Sharing and proudly walked across the stage it was her very first seminar, right? Very first seminar last year. This summer for that achievement. So she was on the Court of Sharing, her very first seminar she ever attended. Her highest commission check was, or has been, $3,454, and that was in June of 2025. And her highest unit retail month so far has been 14,933 retail. Cassy is an 8-time star consultant, with our highest star level being Pearl, and she has earned 2 bronze medals, 1 silver medal, and 4 gold medals. She is currently leading an amazing team of 49 beautiful unit members and is passionate about encouraging and supporting women at every stage of their Mary Kay journey. Cassy lives in the country near Viola, Kansas, with her wonderful, supportive husband, Jonathan. He is supportive, very supportive. And they're 3 very, very handsome and darling boys, Henry, Walter, and Oliver. Let's give it up for Cassy Dalbom.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Jill, for that warm welcome. I am Cassy Dalbom, and I'm very honored to be here speaking with you guys today. So thank you for the opportunity for letting me share a little bit about my Mary Kay journey, because honestly, it has been much more than I ever expected. So let me take you back to 2013. I had just graduated from college at Pittsburgh State, and I landed my dream job as a family and consumer sciences teacher at Belle Plaine High School. And I was invited to a Mary Kay party, and my wish list was much bigger than my budget. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. So that day, I learned about the Mary Kay opportunity, and I decided to sign up. Not really to build a business, but because I was a savvy shopper, I still am, and I could get my products at half price. And that turned into me selling to a few family members and friends, and I made enough money for me to pay for my own skincare and makeup. And so I remember thinking, I have officially made it to the top of Mary Kay. I am getting free skincare and makeup. What else could possibly get better than this? I've always loved being on Jill's team. I've always loved the products, but I just never thought about growing a team. I have always been somebody who has tried to live my best life. I married my high school sweetheart in 2017, and we started our family. We had 3 little boys in less than 4 years. So I was a full-time teacher, I was a full-time mom, and Mary Kay was always there, and I loved that, but that's where it was for me. So we went to Broken Bow, Oklahoma for a retreat. I actually reached out to Jill. I had 3 little boys at home, and I said, we should do a girls' weekend, because I needed a girls' weekend. And she said, okay, let's put together a retreat. And so several of you that are in this room today were at that retreat with us. And a retreat is never, complete until you have some fun time. And so that evening we all got our swimsuits on and we got in the hot tub, and Karime was there with me in the hot tub. And she looked me in the eyes and she said, what is holding you back from growing your team? I need you to give me an answer. I was like, I go, I don't want to bother people. I said, I don't want to be somebody that people avoid. And she responded with a question to me that I will never forget. She said, were you bothered when someone asked you to join Mary Kay? And I said, oh, heck no, I love Mary Kay. I'm so glad that somebody asked me at that time 12 years ago. And she said, well, then why are you holding back from passing on the opportunity to other people? And so I told her, let's just have fun tonight, and I'll pray about this, and then we'll talk again soon. I also told her that a year later, next year at that retreat, that my goal was to be in my red jacket. And she said, no, you're gonna be in your pink jacket. And I told her, let me pray about that. I do wanna say I'm very thankful for your belief in me and your encouragement and your honesty, because that changed everything for me. So thank you so much. So that was in September, and October 1st, the company sends an email out and says, you can join Mary Kay for $10. Now, if that wasn't a sign right there, I don't know what was. So I said, okay, it's go time. So anyone that I talked to, I just told them my love for Mary Kay. I told them my love for the sisterhood, the products. I just told them that I loved it and that it was $10 if they wanted to try it. And that month in October, I had 13 people join my team. That was pretty exciting. I had one on my team previously to that, and she was in for personal use. So I was so excited, and I will say, looking back, now that I know the process, I didn't even know what was happening. Jill stayed so calm. I was just recruiting left and right and go, hey, I have a new girl, here she is, hey, here you go. And I just said, train them, have fun with them. And she was training, and she was pouring love into them, and she was handing out prizes, and I was just sitting back having fun. I don't even know what I was doing. So in December of that month, Jill said, hey, let's meet for coffee, and I always loved spending time with her, and she looked at me and she said, you need to go for director. And I looked at her and I said, no, thank you. And I just want to reiterate that she respected my decision. She didn't push me, but she did not stop encouraging me. She did not take that no thank you. She just said, okay, that's all right. We'll talk next month. She didn't tell me we'll talk next month, but we did. And I have to say, I would not be standing here today without Jill Kemple. I know that in my heart. She is the most amazing senior sales director. So if you have a director here today, please hug her. And if you are a director in the room, please know that your words and your encouragement truly does matter, and you're making an impact on every single lady that you encounter. I've never felt like Jill needed me for sales. I just have always felt like she wanted me to grow, and I appreciate that so much. So the new year came, January was here, we had just met in December. I told her no, I wasn't going for director, I didn't even know how to do it. And I was really happy being in her unit, and I kept adding more and more team members, and she was like, girl, the time is right now. And I was like, okay, let's do this. So I entered DIQ, and that was in February, and then in March was Career Conference in Kansas City. And so this is where I really started feeling things working and the power of what was happening. I have a funny but kind of not funny moment. We were at Career Conference, and JJ was there, and Jill, and we were all so excited, and they said, if you're a pink Cadillac unit, go get in line for the parade. And you know, the parade's so awesome and amazing. So I'm like, all right, come on, Jill, let's go. And we're getting on our glasses, and I'm like, come on, JJ, let's go. And she goes, oh no, I'm my own unit now, so I don't get to come with you guys. I look at Jill and I go, I am not finishing DIQ. I'm never leaving your unit. And she's like, everything's gonna be okay. It was kind of an emotional moment. It made things very real for me, because I was like, Jill's taken care of me for 12 plus years, and now I feel like I'm gonna be disconnected from her, which I later found out would not be the case. Later that day at Career Conference, they were talking about the pink ticket. If you become a new sales director, you could earn the pink ticket for a Mary Kay retreat in Dallas, Texas. And they were talking all about it, and it was very overwhelming. I was sitting there, I was probably sweating, I was breathing heavy, I was just staring. My heart was beating so fast. I was just thinking, how can I do this? I've got to do this. I want to make it happen. I mean, I was literally freaking out on the inside. I've never felt like this in my life. And JJ grabbed my hand, she was sitting right beside me, and she looks me in the eyes and she goes, hey, take a deep breath. And at that moment, I don't even know how she knew that I was freaking out on the inside, but that moment meant more to me than she will ever know. So this is the sisterhood that I am talking about. It's amazing. So May 1st came and I got an email from the company and it said, "Congratulations, you are now a Mary Kay sales director." And I was at school because I'm a high school teacher, and my principal called me, which is weird. And he said, "Hey, can you come down to the office?" And I was like, "Oh Lord, what did I do? I don't think I did anything." And I went down to the office and I walked in and I was like, "Yes." And he hands me this beautiful pink bouquet of flowers. And it was delivered to my school. And he goes, "Did I miss your birthday or something special?" And I said, "No." I said, "Actually, I just became a Mary Kay director today." And he said, "Well, congratulations." And I looked at the card and it said, "Congratulations, I'm so proud of you." And that was from my mom. And by the way, her name is Jill too. So I get to have two amazing Jills in my life, my Mary Kay mama and my real mama, and they are both so, so special to me. Okay, let's take a minute. Woo. So in July, we went to seminar, and I did go to a seminar in 2013, but it was in Dallas, and I had just joined, and I don't even think I had sold anything yet. Jill goes, "Do you want to go on a road trip to Dallas, Texas?" And I go, "Sure." I didn't have any kids, and it was really fun. Danielle was there, and it was an amazing experience. But this was my first, I'll call it my first real seminar. So we were in Charlotte, and I get to walk the stage as a brand new sales director. And like Jill said, I'm a very small town country girl. I live in a town of less than 200 people. And I love country music. I especially love Shania Twain. And so we're standing in this long line. It's long. I mean, there's a lot of directors. There's several songs playing, and they're all the upbeat songs, and I'm so excited to walk across the stage. Jill is with me, and I'm like, this is my moment. I'm so excited. And we are like getting closer and closer. We're like 3 people away and 2 people away. And the song ends, and I hear, "Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Let's go, girls." And I'm like, no way. I mean, I literally looked at Jill, and I'm like, did she plan this? And she couldn't have. We're at seminar. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am exactly where I need to be. Shania Twain is on, and I am getting ready to walk the stage. I even had my blingy cowgirl boots on. So that was so exciting. The video from that, me and Jill are walking out and waving with Shania Twain on. It was a memory that I definitely will never forget. So this last October, we went back for our second Broken Bow retreat. We had so many amazing ladies join us. We had laughter and sisterhood and connection. And then the very next weekend, I got to go to the retreat that I earned the pink ticket for. And that was in Dallas, Texas. And corporate treated us like royalty. I didn't know how fancy corporate rolls out the red carpet, right? So they paid for our hotel. Everybody got our own hotel room. They paid for all of our travel to get there and even some extra spending money. They fed us. It was amazing. It was my first time at the Mary Kay corporate building, and I was like just in awe. I loved it. And we got to go upstairs and sit at the desk that Mary Kay Ash herself sat at, and I just soaked it all in and realized how big this opportunity is. So today, Jill said our unit is 49 strong. Olivia, who was here last night at my guest, is planning to join us, so we will be 50 strong when she turns in her agreement. And I just want my team to know that every single person matters. Every single one of them. They made this possible. And I love teaching. I have a passion for teaching teenagers how to go and be productive in the world when they leave high school. At this time, I really don't plan to step away from that. But that is what I love about Mary Kay, is the flexibility, and that I can do things virtually, and that I can fit both things into my life. I literally will not take the excuse from anybody that when they tell me I'm too busy. It's just a choice how we spend our time. I have 3 little boys that are 6 and under. I'm a full-time teacher. I'm busy too, but I make a priority to work my Mary Kay business as well because it's important as well, and I need that sisterhood time and that girlfriend time, and I'm blessing other women's life, and I'm watching their confidence grow. So I love that Mary Kay gives us that opportunity. I know in my heart that I will be in Mary Kay for life. It's supplemented my teaching income, but it's given me so many more blessings than just that. I love the Mary Kay motto, God first, family second, career third. And I just want to end by saying again, I could not do this without my 2 biggest supporters, the Jills. I call them the Jills. But I also want to give a shout out to my Rockstar team member. You guys got to see her up on stage today. She was number 5 in sales, and that is Beth. But what I've loved most about Beth joining my team is watching her confidence just grow and grow and grow. It has made every part of this so worth it. So anybody that is on my team, past or present, I just want you to know that you mean so much to me. And this is what I want to leave you with. If I can do this, you can too. But don't wait until everything feels perfect, because it's never going to feel perfect. Just be willing to take the next step and trust that God does not put a dream in our heart unless He already has a plan on how it's going to be carried out. Thank you.
Let's go, girls.